So I'm just coming on quickly to share a little bit around just what's been going on. I have been taking a few days off to basically put together the workshops that are going to be within my own retreat in November and any upcoming retreats in the future. I am also starting to put together a amazing support program for all you women out there, and I will be drip feeding you information about that in the coming weeks, but also for the live talks that are going to be available in the Health Style Emporium 30-day online yoga retreat. And a few of those talks are ones that I've delved into before, but one that I haven't really, that has been a big theme in my life in the last few years, is personal energy, and specifically sexual energy. I'm not actually going to delve into that with you today because it's going to be going into in depth in both the online retreat and my retreat in November. But in the research that I've been doing in the last few months, it's really, really amazingly fascinating how much science has been able to show us and prove to us that we just don't acknowledge. And so with self-discovery, self-development, figuring out who you are, trying to just find happiness in your life, it really all simply comes down to your own personal energy. Quantum physics proves that we are all intrinsically connected by energy. We are all connected. You know, if you know that your child is not doing okay on the other side of the world, you usually find out that that's exactly what's going on and you knew it somehow. You know that if you're at work and a colleague you feel from them that they're not in a good way. You know, we feel things from each other, whether we are in the same room or on the other side of the world. And that isn't spooky, it is actual physics, it's science, it's actually how we're all made up and we're all actually connected. It's wild. And I've been researching it for on and off for a few years now, but really delving into it in these last few months in relation to sexual energy and learning more about that. But one thing that I really love that I don't know if a lot of people have heard about is the 100th monkey experiment. So if you have some time, look it up on YouTube. It's a really beautiful story, but basically back in the 60s, I think it was, the scientists basically observed these monkeys on an island near Japan. And they were observing the monkeys with their sweet potatoes, and one monkey decided that they didn't like the taste of the sweet potato covered in dirt, so she would wash it in the ocean to get the dirt off. And then she showed that to another monkey, and they showed that to 5 monkeys, and eventually all the monkeys on the island were doing this. But once they realized, they were observing, and once they saw that 100 monkeys had learnt this new technique, something really interesting happened. Because they were observing these monkeys on many different islands, hundreds of miles from each other, where, they can't get to each other because there's hundreds of miles of sea. Monkeys on these other islands started washing their sweet potatoes in the ocean before they'd eat them, showing that as a collective, the more of us who have a particular knowledge, who have a particular awareness, it affects the collective. It affects this one mind that we actually all are. So to bring it back to our own personal energy and our own happiness, and without kind of going down that whole road, it really simply is your sole responsibility for your own happiness, before you even worry about anyone else, for your own happiness, to raise your own energy, to raise your own vibration, to do things that make you feel happy, that make you feel good, obviously that aren't stepping over other people to get there or hurting other people, but making yourself feel good, going after what makes your heart sing. Because when you take responsibility of your own energy, that affects the person next to you in a good way. That affects everyone at work in a good way. That lightens someone's day. You might smile at someone and literally change their whole life. And the more of us that are doing this, we get to 100, which we're obviously already way above and beyond that, but we get to over 100 of us just constantly actively working on raising our own energy and our own level of happiness. That power and that impact can span galaxies. So all we have to do is do as much as we can to find joy and happiness in every moment. And some days that's fucking hard. Apologies for the language. But even if it's just relishing in how good your coffee tastes, or listening to a good song on the way to work, or hugging someone that you love, find joy, find ways of finding happiness and raising your energy in every given day, and you will not only change your own life, but you will also change the world around you for the better. If you would like to hear more extensions on this kind of topic, but also delving into the more sexual energy side of this kind of topic, I would love to hear from you. I've chucked the links for the 30-day yoga retreat online above. The HSC is hosting that, and I am co-hosting that with a bunch of incredible yoga teachers all around the world. And of course, there's a couple of spots left at my own retreat here in Bali in November. But hopefully I will see some of you in my inbox soon, and I'll be reaching out to a few of you as well. And keep your eyes peeled for my Golden Goddess program, which is going to be coming in the next couple of months. Love you all. Have a good one.